There's a number of triggers, of course, and this is not an exhaustive list, but something just to maybe kick off our thought processes around where we need to manage and communicate with players. What do we do when the teams bring in their team sheets at 2 o'clock before the game? How do we introduce ourselves? How do we communicate with people? Never get a second chance, of course, to make that first impression. How many of us take that opportunity pre-match to show people that we are human? I'm, pretty much convinced that, a good number of people within football think that we are some form of robot applying the laws of the game on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. And I think on occasion to show our human side, to express that we're football fans, that we have some empathy for some of the challenges and pressures that football is under, it doesn't go amiss. It doesn't go amiss. Goals scored, conceded. How many times have we seen a tempo of a game, of course, change because of a goal being scored or a goal being conceded? What's our mindset as a referee based on the scoreline? I went to see a referee only last weekend, and the game was sort of bubbling along quite nicely until the away team scored a goal. So suddenly we're managing this 0-1 scoreline. The tempo of the game changed. The attitude of the home team players changed. They were hot on the referee about time consumption, time delaying tactics from the away team. The referee is then put in a position of having to manage player frustration, manage technical area frustration. You can sense the build-up of the crowd because they're applying more pressure on the home team, who, of course, they believe and want to be winning the game. Key match incidents such as a send-off can often trigger us to need to manage and communicate with players, the stage of the game, whether that be the first 5 minutes, whether it be late on. Of course, sometimes there's that sort of period just before half-time and just after half-time where sometimes, mental and physical fatigue is kicking in to us as referees, but equally, it's kicking into the players themselves, and they react and respond very, very differently. How many times do we see a tactical substitution? We may look over to the technical area and we kind of say to ourselves, okay, there might be a problem here, because clearly there's an agenda from the team. The player coming on looks very, very different to the player coming off. I may need to now manage and communicate this with this player very differently to other players that are already on the pitch. A number of areas, quite clearly in summary here, where sometimes these kind of things will trigger the need for us to manage and communicate with players better, differently. And sometimes, I don't want to say avoid the need for communication, but in certain situations, actually, we have to allow players that sort of period of time where, I think we kind of use the phrase, we don't stick our head in the lion's den. And occasionally when a player may be angry, frustrated, can't see the wood for the trees, is it our very best course of action to be sticking our head in the lion's den and trying to rationalize? Maybe not. So it's about picking your time, picking your moment, and timing your communication with great efficiency.